What's up everyone, it's Coach Noble here, and today we're going to be looking at crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is one of the key aspects of aim and goes beyond just flicking and timing. Proper crosshair placement essentially allows you to have the most efficient aim possible, and by the end of this lesson you will understand what proper crosshair placement is and have the skills necessary to practice it. On top of all that, you'll be able to check yourself by using the practice range and increasing your difficulty by 1 level or hitting 20 on hard. For the warm-up, we're going to be focusing on our aim. Queue up for Game of Deathmatch and spend 10 minutes trying to keep your crosshair on head level as you play the DM out. This is one of the aspects that we'll be practicing today, so it's even better if we start in the warm-up. Also, once you're done with that, MedStar's awesome physical therapist Jenna is going to be leading us in a few stretches.
Hey everyone, it's Jana Labari, physical therapist with MedStar Health. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a couple warm-up exercises to help get the blood flowing in the hands and fingers and to help improve your coordination and mobility. For the finger tap warm-up, start with your palm open. Lightly tap each finger to the thumb, starting with the index finger, and keep repeating on each finger for about 20 to 30 seconds. You can start slowly and keep increasing the speed as you go. This one is the finger extension warm-up. Start with your palms on a flat surface, and then starting with the thumb, extend each finger up and then back down to the table. Keep doing this on all of your fingers for about 20 to 30 seconds. Start slow and then keep increasing the speed as you go. That's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new and it was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.
We're going to actually understand what crosshair placement is. As a concept, it's actually very simple. Try and always place your crosshair in a position where you move as little as possible to get the kill. Therefore, you remove as much time from the point in which you aim and then shoot. Theoretically, with perfect crosshair placement, you wouldn't need to move your crosshair at all. Of course, this is something not really feasible. So when you practice crosshair placement, move it as little as possible before shooting. First, we're going to practice one fundamental aspect of crosshair placement, keeping your aim at head level. By keeping your aim at head level, you are immediately eliminating a large portion of vertical flicking. Thus, you will theoretically only need to adjust horizontally. This can be something that is difficult if you're a new player. It's of course harder than simply going for the body, but trust me, the sooner you learn to aim for the head, the faster your aim and your crosshair placement will improve. Furthermore, in higher ranks and skill levels, going for the head is no longer just an option, it's a requirement due to the level of precision needed. So the best thing to do is to start learning as early as possible. So the first drill is going to be done in the practice range using the easy, medium, and hard bots. If you are new, one way to gauge which difficulty you should use is by seeing on which one you were able to get 15 kills on. You're now going to try and flick, only keeping your crosshair at head level. Doing this first in the practice range allows you to have one of the more basic aspects of crosshair placement down before moving on to the more difficult elements. Here's where you can actually test to make sure that your head level aim is consistent. Try and increase your difficulty level by 1, meaning if you play on easy, try and get to medium. If you're on hard already, try and get to 20 kills. Head level crosshair placement is one of the first things you learn as a Valorant player, so if you have been playing for some time and are just looking to improve your crosshair placement, this may be used as a warm-up for the following drills. Now that we have looked at a way to practice vertical positioning, head level aim, we will look at horizontal positioning. Horizontal positioning is a bit more complex because you have more variables to think about. With vertical positioning, it's consistent. 99% of the time, just keeping it at head level is perfect. However, horizontal positioning has to do with what angles and positions you put your crosshair on, meaning it will change depending on the map and positioning of the enemy. Practicing this can take on two forms. One way is the drill you see in the background. Go map by map and slowly walk around positioning your crosshair in places where someone could play. This is a far more conceptual exercise and is meant to try and train your muscle memory for the many positions on each map. If you are new to the game, I'd recommend doing each map for 5 to 10 minutes. Walking around hugging corners, pre-firing angles, or even just flicking from one to the other. Try to string 5 angles together, then go to a different part of the map. Doing this exercise can be extremely helpful, especially when you're new to Valorant. If you're going to retain one thing from this video, let it be this final exercise. When it comes to crosshair placement, there is no better training than DM. When you play DM, you're exposed to countless different positions, angles, and peaks that training your crosshair placement becomes easy. When playing DM, try and only think about placing your crosshair on where someone's head could be. Doing so in DM forces you to combine what you learned from vertical positioning and from horizontal positioning. From this point on, it's just repetition. For this drill, try and play 5 DMs with crosshair placement in mind, while going for 20 kills each game. As always, kills are not the main goal, this is just so that you know you're practicing it. Scrimming with crosshair placement in mind is the final step to solidifying it into your muscle memory. To try and help, here's a quick recap of what we learned. Vertical positioning means always having your crosshair at head level. Horizontal positioning means having your crosshair on whatever angle or position an enemy may be, and the combination of these two is what makes up proper crosshair placement. Interestingly, because of how subtle it can be, focusing on crosshair placement is one of the easiest things to forget to do. It can be very easy to be lazy and fall into old habits, so if all else fails, remember this golden rule. Proper crosshair placement is putting your crosshair in a position in which you move it as little as possible before firing. In terms of homework for crosshair placement, the two best things are by far DMing and scrimming. For DM, try and play 10 matches with a focus on crosshair placement throughout the week. Then, while scrimming, play and record at least 3 matches where you think your crosshair placement was consistently where it should have been. Using the VOD, you can check yourself and make sure that, for example, you never got lazy or always stayed at head level. Using these 2 drills, you should drastically improve your crosshair placement over time. With that, thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck in your future matches, unless you're versing me.